Suddenly, a nagging thought came to mind of his mother stating that her acuteness of smell was akin to the nose of a bloodhound. "That's it!" Athanes yelled, and he began to be obsessed with the sense of smell and concluded that he had to navigate an olfactory journey to find the key to the secret place within, and so his quest began. Athanes instituted a list of people to talk to and potential scents to recreate, believing that one of the scents could be the key. He left no rock unturned. First, he had to check with Odal's doctor to confirm that her olfactory nerves were not damaged from the beating. The doctor reassured Athanes that because of his promptness, the spectral resection surgery had been successful. Athanes began to write letters of inquiry to family and old school friends of his mother's. There were also the neighbors who now seemed ready to assist in any way, with Normand being dead. Athanes himself could not think of any meaningful smells in his lifetime related to his mother. One neighbor said, "Your mother liked the smell of clean clothes, fresh off the clothesline." Another said, "You, Athanes, when you were a baby, oh, how Odal loved the smell of her new baby." An old school friend of Odal's wrote, "Athanes, your mother loved the smells of different seasons. She always said that the smell of fall leaves left her intoxicated." Because Athanes' mother had been estranged from her family for many years, he did not expect any response to his letters of inquiry. They were of the belief that you make your bed and you lie in it. They were not ones to interfere. To his surprise, his late grandmother's sister wrote to say Odal had always partial to her mother's perfume, the smell of lavender. An aunt also responded by merely stating, no, that's not what she stated. "The only smells Alda can possibly have within her after all these years are those of her late husband." Athanes thought of those smells emitting from his father's body, the sweat and the clothes after a drinking binge. And he also thought of before and aftermath of violent sex forced on his mother during his father's sprees. He could even now smell his mother's fear before she was about to be battered. These smells were to be avoided at all costs. Athanes had now amassed a list of sorts of scents. On the first evening, Athanes engulfed a bubble of lavender essence, slipped into his mother's room. Then, on another, with his body thoroughly dusted in baby talc, he rushed to the hospital in a puff of white powder. Athanes was positive he detected a slight look of lucidity, but only to disappear in a flash. Blink of an eyelid. Athanes dabbed vanilla behind his ears, hung garlic around his neck, even rolled a couple of mothballs in his hands, but all to no avail. Aldi slept on. After several days flew by, Athanes' body, the lack of sleep, proper meals, began to shudder with chills and fever, the beginnings of a virus. Returning to the hospital with his list of scents exhausted, Athanes was refused entry to his mother's room. "You can't go in there and expose your germs to your sick mother," they said. "Go back home and come when you are better." Athanes retreated into the hospital grounds and stealthily walked around to the side door, making his way to his mother's room unseen by the wary eyes of the nurses as he sat in the dark holding Alda's hand. He whispered, "Mama, please come back? Don't leave me all alone. I need you. I'll make you forget the bad times. Shortly after, because of his present illness, Athanase fell asleep on the chair beside his mother's bed. Suddenly he jolted awake as he could hear his mother's voice from far away, yet filling the airspace about him. Athanase, my son, fret not. Mamma's here. I'll make you better. I always know when you are sick. Uldile had smelled the fever and the heat of her son, and the smell of illness in her child. Her lovely pale grey eyes were lucid once more and wide open as she gazed tenderly on her son. Tears rolled down Athanase's cheeks as he was gently enfolded in his mamma's arms. Unknowingly, he had indeed found the key to his mother's secret place. Athanase's mother had now come back home.